Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. I'm here to continue with my first round mock draft for the 2014 NFL Draft. Today I'm here to talk about pick number 12 belonging to the New York Giants. Now this team started off their season last year terrible, going 0 for 6, but finished off pretty strong, going 7-3 overall for the next 10 games and finishing 7-9 record overall, missing the playoffs. Now I think their defense is pretty solid, but they need some help, particularly on the offensive side. They have a couple of key components that they need to work on the defensive side, but offensively they played terrible, and the reason why their defense gave up so many points is because of the poor performance on the offensive side. But I'm going to talk about both needs and what they need on both sides of the field. Starting offensively, question mark here at quarterback. Their quarterback Eli Manning had 18 touchdowns and 27 interceptions. His third 20-plus interception season, a terrible year. Now, I highly doubt that they're going to go with the quarterback with this pick, and I'm not saying they should go with quarterback, but I think within the next 2, possibly 3 seasons, they should start thinking about picking up a new quarterback for the future for the G-Men. I do not like Eli's performance this past season, as well as a couple of other seasons for the past couple of years. Now, at running back, they picked up a good back coming out of Oakland Raiders in Rashad Jennings. I think that's a good signing. That was a big, good addition, but I think they should look for a good running back to back him up as well, or be a good tandem with Rashad Jennings in the later rounds. I don't think that Peyton Hillis is going to be too much of a factor. He had 3.4 yards per carry, not too well. Andre Brown, not really feeling his performance overall, and David Wilson was a complete bust. So I think in the later rounds they should definitely look at a running back. That is a need that they can use. Offensive tackle, that is a major need. Eli Manning was sacked 39 times last season, and let's not mention it, and I have to mention again, 27 interceptions overall. Bad performance in the offensive line. The wide receiver position, maybe in the later rounds, just like at the running back, they did re-sign on Mario Manningham, which was a good thing. I think he could become a good Giant again. He helped reach the team, have a Super Bowl a couple of seasons ago. They could also have some good young receivers in Jarrell Jernigan, as well as Ruben Randall. Randall had just under 600 yards receiving last season, and let's not forget about Victor Cruz. Hakeem Nicks is no longer with the team, but Victor Cruz, I still think he could be a good #1 receiver for the New York Giants, but possibly they could look at a receiver to become a well-established #2, probably in the later rounds. If not, Ruben Randall and Jarrell Jernigan will have a second chance to be that #2 receiver for Eli Manning. Also, last but not least, on the offensive side, the tight end position, they need a good receiving type tight end to help out expand that offense overall, and I will talk about that in just a minute. But going on the defensive side, they could use a good defensive tackle. Cullen Jenkins is entering his 11th season, and Lavelle Joseph, he's actually no longer with the team, now with the Minnesota Vikings. And they can also use a defensive end. They no longer have Justin Tuck, who led the team last season in sacks, and their highest returning player with sacks is Mathias Kiwanuka, and he only had 6 sacks. And Jason Pierre-Paul has not been playing up to par for the past couple of seasons, due coming from his breakout performance back in 2011, where he had 16.5 sacks, and he has not been playing up to par for the next 2 seasons. And I think they could use a good pass rusher to help out, have a better established defense, even though I do think they have a solid defense overall. So I think they're definitely going to go on the offensive side to help out that offense. And I mentioned all the key players that they need to fill in, but I think that at most they're going to have to use a good tight end or an offensive tackle. That's going to be the big debate for this selection. Depends on what we see for the earlier picks that will determine who the New York Giants will go with this selection. And I think that Taylor Lewin and all the other my other top offensive linemen will not be available with this pick. So I think they're going to go with tight end with this one, and I have to go with Eric Ebron out of North Carolina. He's a great tight end. He could even be a good slot receiver, and I think he would definitely help out that offense and that passing game, who was actually 19th in the league last season. I think this was going to be an outstanding addition for this offense, and I think he will be that starter right away, and I think he could become a good Rookie of the Year candidate, seriously, at the end of the season if he goes with the New York Giants. This will definitely help out Eli Manning to have a good stout receiver. He might even make Pro Bowl as a rookie. I think he's that good, and I think he would definitely help out that offense a lot. So I have to go with Eric Ebron out of North Carolina. Now, the next time to catch you guys is tomorrow, where I will talk about pick pick number 13 of this year's draft, belonging to the St. Louis Rams. Thank you for watching today's blog. From Pro Football Exclusive, I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.